content of the first amended petition. The surprise comes in the filing of it at the 11th hour. We had no reason to believe that it would be filed after promise was made and not kept to file it. And after we raised the question time and again, are you going to file? Are you going to file? And we said, finally, okay, we're setting it on the presumption that you're not going to file. There was no basis for us to presume anything else. In terms of allowing us more time, if the court does not agree that this is a major transaction, and if the court is inclined not to strike the first amended petition, yes, I think THPG is entitled to more time. I think we're entitled to time to gather evidence rebutting the things that were actually pleaded in the first amended petition, which again, I saw for the first time.
Mr. Barkas, I think that's fair. I think that if you need more time, you should get more time. Ms. Canny, I mean, if what he's saying is true, that you promised you would file this and then waited until the Friday before, that obviously isn't, best practices. I don't know the exact dynamic of the case. If there's some reason that there was a delay because you were thinking the case was going to settle, I guess, but I mean, that really shouldn't happen, that you would, if you made promises to him twice and then he, didn't do it, I can see why Mr. Barkas would be confused about exactly what's going on, and I would be too. And so
I will say, Judge Hoffman, I think the word promise is being a little misconstrued. We have always been very clear that we were amending our petition. We amended our petition with the language that was in our response. So there's no, we did not put additional information, and literally it was lifted from the response that I timely filed in, last year. And that's just, it's more of a procedural belts and suspenders issue. So I don't know. I quite honestly am a little surprised that this has become such a big issue.
Mr. Barkas?
I was surprised that the petition was filed after the close of business on Friday. We set this hearing more than a month ago. If Ms. Canny had called me and said, we haven't filed the amended petition yet, but we're going to file it, do you want to bump the hearing a little bit? I would have probably said fine. I didn't get any indication that there was any reason that the first amended petition had not been filed. I can't respond to something that isn't pleaded. I can't respond to venue allegations that aren't in the petition because they're not properly before the court. So
they were in the response. So they are before the court, probably.
Excuse me, Councilman. They were in the response, and the promise in the response, and yes, I will use that word, was that we are going to file an amended petition. I had many representations, never heard anything to the contrary, and it didn't show up until Friday night. That's the surprise. That's the prejudice.
Ms. Canny, I kind of agree with Mr. Barkas. I don't know that this is a belt and suspenders thing that has to be included in the venue allegations need to be included in the pleadings, and I don't really understand why it took so long to file it. But that being said, I don't want to transfer this case based on that. And so I do want to give Mr. Barkas some more time. How much time do you need, Mr. Barkas?
Judge, I would like 3 weeks, which would be the standard time to respond to this petition had it been originally filed with these allegations.
Okay, let me look at my schedule real quick. So that would be October 17th. Let me just check one thing.
Judge Hoffman, I'm scheduled to be in a jury trial starting that date in Dallas County Court of Law number 5.
Going to do October 24th.
It's going to be a 3 to 4 week jury trial. We have between 24 to 27 witnesses.
Mr. Barkas, what do you want to do?
Judge, actually, neither of those Mondays would work for me, at least in the morning. I have summary judgment hearings both days. I'd just like to get it reset as quickly as possible. The week of the 31st would be fine for me. I had a trial cancel. The week of November 7th, or Monday, November 7th, if that's motion day, that's clear for me as well.
Ms. Kenny?
I think, subject to us still being in trial, that should be fine.
Which date is fine?
The November 7th, I believe.
All right, let me.
And if you want to do it before October 17th, I'm happy to accommodate that as well.
Mr. Vargas, are you going to need to conduct some discovery? Sorry, are you going to need to conduct some discovery, or?
I don't think so, Your Honor. I want to give it some more thought. I want to visit with my client about this. In terms of a setting earlier than the 17th, I'm set for jury trial a week from tomorrow with Judge Bell in a case that I know is going to go and will probably go all week.
Okay.
So it's going to take me some time to, even if it's just affidavits, it's going to take me some time. And I probably won't be able to touch it until the week of the 10th. So 17th is the earliest I can do.
Okay.
So I think that may leave us with November 7th.
What time do you want to hear that?
Judge, I am open all day that day. 9:30 is fine, but if the court has something else calendared, I'm open.
Ms. Kenny? Are you there, Ms. Kenny?
Yes, I'm looking. Yeah, again, subject to Mike still being in trial. If we could go a week later, that would probably be better.
Do you want a November 14th, Mr. Vargas? Mr. Vargas?
That's fine, Judge. I have a Zoom status conference from 9 to 10 that day, so I'd like to start no earlier than 10:30, just to be safe. Otherwise, that day is fine.
All right, we'll go ahead and reset this to November 14th at 10:30 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
We'll file an amended notice of hearing.
Thank you. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. All right. Are both sides here on the Jackson case? Are we waiting on anyone? Mr. Madden, are you there? Can you hear me?
Judge, I'm here, and I might be the reason that no one else is here.
Your Honor, Riley Tunnel on behalf of Preston Tower.
There's actually, I'm sorry, there's some people in the waiting room, and I'm letting them in right now.
Okay.
All right, are we still missing anybody?
Judge, I don't see Miss LaBeouf.
Are we expecting her or is there someone else for the plaintiff?
Well, it might be my fault that she's not on the phone.
Why is that?
On Friday, I sent notice to the court that I did not wish to go forward with the hearing today because the mediation is still open. And if you'll recall how you structured these hearings, I anticipated that you wanted the mediation concluded before you had any more substantive hearings. And I didn't want that to interfere with the process. I gave Ms. LaBeouf notice of that while I was in a mock trial at 4:30. And then I came to find out after the mock trial that the court said, well, this was actually your setting of all these motions. So I couldn't just take it down.
This was her motion.
No, this is our motion for attachment, Judge.
Okay.
We got the documents last week. We didn't need an in-camera inspection. There's a mediator's letter proposal out from Mr. Toby. Everybody doesn't have to respond to it till today at 3. So I thought that the court originally set this mediation was on the 15th, and you set this out a week and a half, I think, for a reason, and that's why I had said let's draw this down.
So at this point, we just want to cancel the hearing to see if we still need it in the future.
That's right, Judge.
Any objection to that from anyone else?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Well, then you guys have a great rest of your week. Good luck with getting this settled. And is there anyone here you guys are all excused here on the Jackson case?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Anyone here on any of the cases? All right, Tony, we'll go ahead and see you at 10:30.